Hey guys, my name is Johnny and I'm here to give you information about what to expect at Navy Boot Camp. First thing, I'm going to give a little information about myself. I'm currently in the United States Navy. I am 19 years old and I am stationed on a ship, and I have been in for a while now. First thing we're going to go over is what to do before Navy Boot Camp. You will be studying. That is the first thing you will do. This will benefit you because if you go in as a E1, you could advance in rank to E2 if you pass this test. So the first things you will be studying are the Sailor's Creed, General Orders, rank and rate recognition, some Navy history, and the Navy chain of command. The next thing I will go over is physical conditioning. All I'm going to say about this is make sure you can do a decent amount of push-ups and a decent amount of sit-ups. And also run 1.5 miles without stopping. If you can do that, you will not have any problem doing the physical test. And also attend your DEP meetings. So the night before you leave for boot camp, make sure you get a good amount of sleep, because once you arrive at Navy boot camp, you will not be sleeping for basically 48 hours. Next thing we're going to go over is when you arrive in Chicago at the airport. You walk out to the terminals and you will be getting information by petty officers. And basically, they'll put you information, and you'll be filling out a paper, signing some stuff, and then right after that, you're gonna be feeling like, why did I do this? All those thoughts are gonna be popping in your head. You're gonna be saying, man, I don't want to be here. I mean, that's normal because that's how I felt. But you will be riding on the bus. It's a pretty short ride, 20 to 30 minutes. But it seems like forever. You will arrive at RTC, and that's when the yelling starts. You will be given one phone call as soon as you get in there. They'll be yelling at you, get off the bus, everyone's going to be rushing, you're going to go in there. There's going to be two lines. You're going to be facing another group of people, and they're going to be facing you. And that's when they give you like 30 seconds to make a phone call. So make that quick, tell them that you arrived there safely, whoever you're calling, and that'll be it. Basically, after that, they'll search through your stuff. Do not bring anything that is valuable to you, because they will trash it or take it for themselves. They'll be eating food in front of you if you bring food. So they don't care, they'll just eat it. But and after that, you will be automatically thrown into a classroom to do your analysis. And this is like, it's funny kinda however you look at it, but then it's, again, all your nerves and excitement are going. You'll basically be walking around a classroom, and each time you pass a water fountain, you will take a sip until you have to go to the bathroom. And do not go in to use the head until you really have to go, otherwise they'll send you out and you'll be yelled at, and you're still gonna have to go out there and circle the classroom until you have to go. So my tips are just to get it over with, not be nervous, try to go as soon as you can, and you'll be on to the next step. Next, you will continue processing and giving them your information. You will get your Navy PT gear and change into that. Anything else that you brought and they don't want you to have, you get a choice to send that stuff home, or you could just donate your clothes and whatever else you have. My tip is to not bring anything you have to send home, because you have to pay for that, and that comes out of your pay basically, and you don't get that much at the 2 months that you're there. So I say donate your stuff. I donated my stuff. I didn't even bring a phone. You borrowed someone else's, and that worked out. Next, another tip is take a Bible with you, and you could also use that to read and at night when you have time. And you could put your addresses and phone numbers in there in the back where there's a blank space. You could put them in there so you won't forget. You just look at them when you get time to send mail or make a phone call. After that, they will continue the processing into taking your height and weight. Be mindful of what they tell you. Respect what they say. If you do anything out of the ordinary or you miss a direction, then they will just blow up on you. So you definitely don't want that, because it's just going to make your time there worse, and it's just going to make your night worse. A lot of people will probably be getting yelled at, so just pay attention to the person that is in front of you so you can see what they do. If they mess up, don't do what they do. If they didn't mess up, just follow them. And then after the height and weight, they will be taking your picture for your ID. Try to look decent, even though you won't be looking that good, but it's alright. After that, they'll just be doing your ditty bag issue, which will be all your hygiene stuff. Once midnight comes around, it's going to be way hard to stay awake. Everyone's going to be falling asleep. You're going to be looking around. Everyone's just going to be dropping their head. It's going to be funny, but if you get caught sleeping or dropping your head for a second and someone sees it, they're just going to chew you out. So make sure that you don't fall asleep, and if anyone else is falling asleep around you, just help them out. Try to keep them awake so they don't get in trouble. You're going to be sitting down after all the processing is done, and they're going to be forming everyone into a division. So that's probably the hardest time to stay awake, because you'll be sitting in a desk and just be waiting. So you'll be waiting for them to grab you outside and be like, here we go. You have to wait for the next division to move along, and then you go out into the P-way and sit down, and they'll tell you a bunch of stuff. And then after that, you'll be going to basically the place that you'll be staying for the following week. And you'll get to your rack and everything, put your stuff down. And then after that, breakfast will roll around at 05. And you'll be going to the galley as a division in your yellow PT gear and whatnot. Do not talk in the galley, because you will get chewed out. You're not allowed to talk there when you're eating and everything. So don't say anything to anyone. Just eat and get out of there. Eventually they're going to ask you if you're homesick, or you want to leave and get out, or you don't like it. Basically just say no, because they're just trying to find out who's going to survive, and they don't want you there if you can't. And finally, at 08 the next day, 08 after midnight, you will be able to sleep. So get a good sleep, because you need to get that rest in from staying up for 2 days. First week you get there, the name of that week is called P days, processing days. That is possibly the worst week of Navy boot camp, in my opinion. Why? Because you'll be getting up mad early every day, and you'll just be waking up to be doing boring stuff. It's a slow day, and just the worst week in my opinion. The only thing that you'll be doing is processing all your medical, dental stuff. They have to make sure you're good to go. Alright, once you get out of P-Day week, you will officially be going into your first week of Navy boot camp. What happens in this week is you take the depth advancement exam, and this is what I went over in the beginning with the study. This is your chance to rank up from E1 to E2. And also you will send a letter home with the Navy boot camp address so people can send you mail. And you will PT for the first time in this week. You will be doing a lot of studying and filling out your recruit notebook, which you will study from and basically has every answer in every test that you will be taking there. So make sure you study that when you can, and you'll be good. In the second week, you will have 3 inspections and 1 academic test. You will go over what the test will have in class, and you will have a whole bunch of study time, and you will officially start standing watches in your compartments. Basically, you stand watch 24/7. There will be 2 people standing watch at the whole time. One person will be roving the compartments, basically checking everything and everyone, especially at night, make sure nothing happens and whatnot. And then one person stands at the door, and you have to greet every person that comes in. In week 3, I will go over some stuff that we'll be doing. Usual physical training. You'll be folding a whole bunch of clothes. You'll get just tired of that. But you gotta learn how to do it their way, how they want you to do it for inspections and whatnot. You will be prepping for some inspections. You will learn how to do weapon turnovers, and you'll be doing drill practice, just marching and stuff. You will be getting another haircut from the initial one when you first got there, and you'll be going through a seamanship basic skills class. They'll teach you like what you'll be doing on a ship and whatnot, like line handling and mooring up. And then the Marlin Spike Lab. You'll basically be on a replica of a ship inside of a building, using actual line and stuff, and doing what you would actually do if you pulled out and went out to sea and pulled back in. And week 4, this week is known as Hell Week. Why? Because you will be getting up at like 3:30 in the morning, and that week's just gonna be full of stuff that you'll be doing. You will be going through the first real PFA, and make sure you pass this one, because if you pass the academic tests for the U1 to E2, you will not be promoted unless you pass the PFA. And following that, you will be doing a laser gun training. It's basically on a computer. You'll be using a fake gun. You'll be doing a zone inspection for your compartment. Live fire training. You will be actually firing a real 9mm and a shotgun. Following that, you will be getting a drill inspection. You'll be going through a TSP class, which is basically thrift savings plan, money to put aside for retirement. You'll be taking test number 2, and then eventually towards the end of the week you'll be making a next run where you can buy basically shampoo and stuff. Nothing you want to buy, like candy and everything you're going to see. But continuing on to week 5. And week 5, basically the main thing you will be learning about and doing is firefighting. You'll go through a class, they'll teach you how to do it. You'll perform firefighting also. You will actually put on all the gear and put out a fire with your division. It's pretty fun. I mean, the suits like get really hot, but you're not in there for that long. Just pay attention, do what you gotta do, and then get out of there. You'll be just going through basic damage control classes also, like how to fix things on the ship when they break, and just any of the major things that happen on a ship that need to be fixed right away, you will learn about. In week 6, you will be doing your final PFA, and you must pass this. Otherwise, if you don't, you will be delayed any further into boot camp. Basically, they'll put you in a different division where everyone that didn't pass the PFA has to just basically focus on working out and getting to pass the PFA to continue boot camp. And that will not be good, because you do not want to be stuck in boot camp, honestly, any longer than you have to be there. So just make sure you go all out and pass that PFA. You will be learning about gas and the masks, CBR environments. This is where you will go through the gas chamber, week 6. It's not bad at all. Like, it's really just gonna be a quick go in and go out. It's not gonna be anything probably what you're thinking. I wouldn't get too nervous about it. It's just gonna basically take off your gas mask and you say a few words, and then they send the group out. That's it. You will also be taking your final written test, and then you will actually be marching in the building that you'll be graduating in this week. And that's probably the best feeling that you're gonna have. You're gonna be like, I'm graduating soon, this is it, can't wait. I can't really talk about week 7 or week 8. We're not allowed to talk about battle stations, therefore that is almost all the information I can give you. So if you enjoyed the video and I gave you information that helped you out or kind of answered some questions that you had, please drop a like, drop a comment if you have any other questions, or you can message me on here, whatever you want. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have still, and I hope I helped some people out. Thanks.